And don't do these unless you've tried them first. All right, so 36 times 1/3 to the x x over fifth power equals 4. So the first thing I want to do is get the base to the power by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides by 36. So that's going to leave me with, so I'm going to divide by 36. So this is going to leave me with 1 over 9 on the right-hand side. Now if I look at these, 1 over 9 is the same as 1/3 x to the fifth is equal to 1/3, that's a 3. So I'm going to have 1/3 x to the fifth power is 1 over 3 squared. And so this means that x to the fifth, x over 5 is equal to 2. So x equals 10. Number 2, I'm going to do the same way. I'm going to start by dividing by 32. That's going to leave me with 1/4 to the x over 3 is equal to 1 over 16. 1 over 16 is the same as 1 over 4 squared. Now I know in some other examples we brought everything to the top, and that was mainly because one side was fractional and the other side was not. But since both of these are fractional, I'm going to just leave it as 1/4. So this means x over 3 is equal to 2. And so in this case, x equals 6. 5 to the x over 4 times 2 is equal to 250. I'm going to divide by 2. So that's 125. That's good because that's a power of 5. So I get 5 to the x over 4 is equal to 5 to the third because 125 is 5 cubed. So this means x to the over 4 is equal to 3. So x equals 12. Same process for number 4. Divide both sides by 3. 4 to the x over 2. 96 divided by 3 is 32. So here, 32 is not a power of 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite both of these as powers of 2. So 2 squared to the x over 2 is equal to 2 to the fifth. 2 to the fifth is 32. So this means that 2 to the x, because I multiply my exponents, is equal to 2 to the fifth. So x equals 5. Number 5, 8 to the x plus 1 equals 15. I'm going to take the log base 8 of both sides. The reason I do this, let me make sure I take both sides, is this will allow me to bring my exponent down. And that's going to leave me with log base 8 of 8. Log base 8 of 8 is just 1, right? 8 to the first power gives you 8. So I get x plus 1 is log base 8 of 15. So x is equal to negative 1 plus log base 8 of 15. Number 6, e to the 2x minus 1 equals 30. So I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. This allows me to move my exponent down. And the natural log of just e is 1, so I don't need to write it. Now I'm going to add 1. Notice this 1 is not part of my natural log. It is the number 1. It's not added to the 30. Divide by 2. X equals natural log of 30 plus 1 over 2. I cannot touch anything with this 30. 30 does not get divided by 2. 30 does not get added by 1. Number 7, log base 10 of x to the fourth equals 2. So this is, again, a 10 there. So I'm going to rewrite this in exponential form. 10 squared is equal to x to the fourth. So this means 100 is equal to x to the fourth. I'm going to take the fourth root of both sides. So x is equal to plus or minus the fourth root of 100. 100 does not have any factors that repeat themselves 4 times. And so this is our final answer. For number 8, again, I'm going to rewrite it into exponential form because 2 to the 5th is equal to 2x minus 1. 2 to the 5th is 32. Add 1. X equals 33 over 2. Again, if we just check, that doesn't make this negative, and so that works. All right, and number 9 is a little bit of a challenge. So solve 2e to the 2x plus 5 to the x minus 3 equals 0. So I'm going to substitute a y equals e to the x. So wherever I see an e to the x, I'm going to substitute it with a y. So that means I can rewrite this as 2 to the y squared, right? Because e to the 2x, let me do that here. I could rewrite as 2 times e to the x squared, right? These are equivalent, which then allows me to write 2y squared. So 2y squared plus 5y minus 3 equals 0. This is a quadratic, and so this is going to factor to 2y. And so I'm going to need a minus 1 here and a plus 3 here. So again, this would be a diamond problem. Negative 6y squared, 5y, and your two numbers that multiply are positive 6 and negative 1. And so you would do factor by grouping, and you should get these factors. So my two possible answers are y equals 1/2 and y equals negative 3. But we're solving for x. We're not solving for y. But I know that e to the x equals y. So I know e to the x equals 1/2 and e to the x equals negative 3. This will never be true. So I'm going to throw that one out. For this case, x is equal to the natural log of 1/2. Right? I just rewrote this into exponential form. X is equal to the natural log of 1/2. And there's my solution.